This morning, Valley family is sharing their reaction to a state investigation into a Mesa birth center. Daniel and Carson Nices, they complained to the Arizona Department of Health Services after their newborn son died following his traumatic delivery.
The I-Team's Jen Wall first spoke with the couple last August before the state investigated their case, and then spoke with them again once that investigation was done.
That's right. Good morning to you both. The Nices family filed their complaint about their labor and delivery care at Mesa's Willow Birth Center after we first aired the story investigating their son's death. Their baby Winston died at a nearby hospital 4 days after his traumatic delivery. And now his parents are left with more questions for the health department.
June 4th marks 2 years since Carson delivered her son Winston at the Willow Birth Center in Mesa.
The Banner records, some of them. There were a lot.
As they reflect on his loss, Daniel and Carson Nices are now trying to make sense of the Arizona Health Department's investigation into the birth center.
Do you think ADHS did enough with the findings?
It was disappointing.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
ADHS filings show the department found what it calls a deficiency during an unannounced complaint inspection at Mesa's Willow Birth Center in February, after the couple filed their complaint. The ADHS report showing Willow failed to ensure fetal heart tones were assessed and documented per policy,
Which is in direct correlation with HIE, which was the cause of Winston's death.
Winston's death certificate showing hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, a brain injury caused by lack of oxygen, caused his death. No autopsy was performed.
911 emergency. We need the paramedics immediately. I'm at Willow Birth Center in Mesa.
Carson delivered Winston not breathing at the Willow Center in June of 2023, according to fire reports. He was rushed to the hospital where he died 4 days later. The parents learning about the findings in an email from ADHS.
We lost our son, and I feel like that warranted a phone call.
Carson left with a lot of questions for the health department, not knowing who to ask.
And when I did try to call on several occasions, I was transferred so many times that I never actually got a hold of anybody. So it was pretty frustrating.
ADHS records show a plan of correction was put in place, including re-education, training, and requirements for documentation during labor. There was a care policy review and prompts added for fetal heart tone checks. Actions these parents feel fall short.
So at what point do you escalate that to being more than just like what I feel like is a slap on the wrist? Like, the thing that they failed to do is in direct correlation with his cause of death.
An ADHS spokesman declined an on-camera interview. In a statement, the department said in part, quote, when a facility is not in substantial compliance with the rules and regulations, ADHS may take enforcement action on that facility. Once accepted, a notice of final enforcement action and a request for a plan of correction is issued to the licensee. The plan of correction must be accepted by ADHS. A Willow spokesperson declined to comment on the deficiency finding, but did comment on the Nices family's lawsuit, which settled with the birth center in court. The Willow Center denied liability or responsibility in Winston's death.
So if you're asking the person who said, no, I don't think I did anything wrong, to then have to punish themselves for
The thing that they don't think that they did anything wrong, then yeah, they're probably going to go pretty easy on themselves.
Daniel and Carson think ADHS should do more.
They should be regulating it. They should be watching them and making sure that they're following this policy.
In a statewide system where most health inspections begin with complaints, the parents encourage Arizonans to speak up if they think their medical care went wrong.
There's nobody like hand-holding you through any of it. I think we're grateful that 12 News reached out to us and wanted to do an interview, because I don't think we would have learned about a lot of these processes without going down that road of telling our story.
Now, as the couple prepares to mark a second year without their son, Daniel and Carson say they plan to push for more state oversight.
Do I think that nursing centers need to go away completely? No, I think that people should still have options. But do I think that they need to follow policy and make sure that they're practicing safe birthing? Yes.
A continued fight in Winston's memory.
So another piece of midwife regulation in Arizona is through the nursing board. The Nice's family did make a complaint about the care their certified nurse midwives gave. They tell me they're still waiting to hear the results on that. So stay with 12 News as we continue to follow this investigation.
Thank you so much.